you know the difference between a bioactive enclosure versus a naturalistic enclosure? Let's talk about it. My name is Mariah Healy, and I am a professional reptile husbandry specialist and the author of ReptiFiles.com. Let's start with bioactive setups, also known as vivariums. A bioactive enclosure is designed to function like a miniature ecosystem, and because of this design, it's more or less self-sustaining. Some essential characteristics of a bioactive setup are going to be live plants, bioactive ready soil substrate to support those plants, a cleanup crew, also known as a CUC, and biodegradable materials. A naturalistic enclosure, on the other hand, is designed to look and function like a reptile's natural habitat, but it's not a miniature ecosystem. So live plants or artificial plants can be used to create cover and a varied landscape. The substrate doesn't have to be ready for plants, and it actually doesn't even have to be soil, as long as it functions in a similar way to how your reptile would use it in the wild and supports your pet's preferred climate. Bioactive enclosure maintenance looks like watering and pruning plants, misting as needed, feeding and topping up the CUC, replacing biodegradables, and keeping the enclosure doors clean. As for naturalistic enclosure maintenance, that is actually highly variable depending on how it's set up, but you can count on still having to routinely replace the substrate, clean the decor, and disinfect the enclosure. Although you may have heard that bioactive is best, this isn't always the case. Sometimes naturalistic is more practical. For example, if you have a large snake or lizard that always flattens live plants, if you need super high temperatures and super low humidity, or if the enclosure is intended to be a temporary setup.